Now, Kylie and Jason were reunited last night at the premiere of Kylie Minogue's new Netflix documentary, which promises a candid look at the twists and turns of her career. In the film, Jason opens up about how his relationship with Kylie ended after she struck up a romance with rocker Michael Huthchence. And he said his realisation then that their love affair was over. Poor Jason. But that got us talking. You know, Kylie had her head well and truly turned, didn't she, by Michael Huthchence? Is your head turned easily, Kelle? Have you had those moments where you're there and then you catch someone's eye and think, oh, maybe I'll be over there now?
So I know my dad's watching, so Dad, you might want to switch off right about now. He's a massive fan of the show. So pre and post Christian, I'm of completely different personalities. And
well, hang on a minute. Your life's like a historical era, BC and AD.
Exactly.
Just checking in.
Exactly that. So
how old were you when you went from BC to Christian?
21.
OK.
Yeah. Right. So I spent 10 years being celibate before I got married. But anyway, pre-Christian, if it moved, my head was turning, absolutely. But I was young, free, single, didn't have any kids, no responsibilities, and I did whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and it didn't bother me in the slightest.
And had a great time.
And I did have a great time. However, when I think about the consequences for those actions, sometimes maybe they weren't quite the best decisions to be making. But post-Christian, no, my head is not turned in any way, shape or form.
So when you became a Christian, then you got married?
Yeah.
So when you got married, you weren't celibate?
No, so basically I didn't get married until my 30s. So
OK.
Yeah, so after I became a Christian at 21, I had 10 years of celibacy.
The decade of not doing it.
That's very young, like 21.
Yeah,
really young.
Till 31, it's very young to be celibate.
Yeah, but I just knew that that's what I wanted to do. And actually, I felt much better within myself, keeping myself, because whoever my husband was going to be really special, and I wanted to give that to them and them alone. And also because of my past, I then valued myself differently, and I valued who I was and what I was giving to that person, and I wanted it to be special. So that definitely changed. But in terms of that head-turning thing, I think I now think about the consequences of turning my head. So, like, I don't know, say, for example, it had been the person that I'd been with had been married. Like, I'm not thinking about the consequences on that family. Or say, for example, I've done it with that person and then they don't want to know me anymore. What have I then done to myself as a person in terms of my own self-belief or my own personality or any of that kind of stuff? So now I think about consequences for my actions, and actually, I'm quite happy as I am.
But God, here we go, the exorcist already.
I'm not the exorcist. I'm not the exorcist. I've raised my hands in a Jesus pose. I see that, so I better put them down. I am a Christian too. I just happen to believe there's all kinds of Christianity, and I don't believe that God is a selected person that looks at how you conduct your relationships and is judgmental. I believe that, if there is a higher power, that Christianity is all embracing and forgiving and welcoming. So, in terms of...
Good job it's forgiven in your case.
He's had a lot of things to sort out with my life.
You've challenged
yes, I have been challenging. Challenging as my love life has been quite challenging for all concerned. It is true that my head has been turned, and I do have a very short attention span, and I'm not really apologising for that because I think it runs through my work and everything else. But once I have had my head turned, I have stayed with that person and committed to that person for as long as I could manage.
Again.
Till my head turned again.
Swivel. I'm surprised you haven't got a crick neck.
That's me, love. Well, I can't turn my head anymore.
No.
I'm literally going to have a massage after this show. My neck
Well,
is
you've
so
just
stiff
done a
from
dating
turning.
show.
Yes.
And do you feel that doing a dating show at the age you are now, it would take... I'm not mentioning your age, I'm just saying you're younger than me.
Yeah, that's true.
Only a bit.
Yeah.
Have you got a different set of values to have your head turned, though, in your 60s than in your 20s?
Yeah, I guess so, because I think you're looking for different things in your 60s than, if your head turned in your 20s, if I was single, it would be, oh, I really fancy him, I hope we can do this, that and the other. Now it's not. It's like my head turns and I go, oh, he's really nice, can you fix a fence? Does he like animals? It's much more of...
Can he lift a hay bale?
I think it's more of an emotional head turn, shall we say now, rather than a
that's
sexual
interesting.
head turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because going back to Kylie and Michael Huthchence, Michael Huthchence was so charismatic, and Jason's whole image was squeaky clean, wholesome.
Yeah.
And Jason Donovan was such a lovely, well, he still is, a
yeah.
lovely, lovely person.
Jason.
And I remember meeting Jason in the 80s and thinking, gosh, he just summed up so much that was positive about Australia. So it's fascinating that in the story of Kylie, she leaves one heartthrob for another. Absolutely.
Different kinds of heartthrobs, aren't they?
Exactly.
So what about
kinds
you,
of
Rhys?
I would say I'm a pretty loyal person. So if I'm in a relationship, my head is not turned. Do I look now? I'm single. A little bit, you know. If someone
What
catches
do you mean a
my
little
eye.
bit?
Well, you know, don't make it too obvious, Janet. I might just give a little glance.
Tell you what,
Not bad,
Thelma and
not
Louise
bad.
now, me and you. Going on a
Thelma and Louise. That's us. Colin and I are out in the pool. Yeah, but I think you're right. I think you're looking for different things when you're older. So it's not just about looks. We all know that. You've got to see way past the look. Looks are always very nice and that initial attraction, and what you might find attractive, I might not, whatever. But once you're past that, that looks nice, he looks nice, she looks nice.
You want someone who laughs at your jokes, don't you?
And you've got to have someone who makes me laugh, actually, as well. Someone with a sense of humour, definitely.